Hey, Heart Seekers! Welcome to the Hearts Hello Show, where we believe our hearts are the foundation of our well being and happiness. I am your host, Keona Talana. Today, I'd like to share with you a story, and I hope it speaks to your heart. All right, let's go. In a time forgotten by history, a world filled with both joy and sorrow, there was a beautiful little girl named KT. Despite her radiant smile and dreams of becoming a pediatrician, she couldn't see the beauty within herself. She grew up surrounded by the love of her father, mother, and brother, cherishing each moment they spent together as a happy family. However, fate dealt a heavy blow during one Christmas holiday, turning their family of four into a family of three as her parents divorced. Confusion and heartache washed over KT as she waited anxiously for her father to return, only to be met with empty promises. Feeling lost and alone, she sought refuge in her father's closet. She spent hours there alone. This is where she found comfort, munching on sunflower seeds, her tears hidden from the world. In the midst of this turmoil, no one spoke about the pain or even acknowledged the brokenness that lay beneath the surface. The weight of it all led KT to wear a mask, trying to keep up the appearance that everything was all right, even when it wasn't. Little did she know, this moment marked the beginning of a journey that would shape her life in profound ways. KT's brilliance and talents shone brightly throughout her upbringing, always earning her a place on the honor roll and becoming a master of fixing things. Her grandmother, a beacon of love and warmth, recognized her special gifts and saved broken items just for KT to fix. Spending precious moments with her grandparents filled her heart with joy, especially with her grandmother's incredible cooking and baking and her grandfather's quiet strength and wisdom. Despite her intellect and abilities, KT struggled to fit in, often finding herself drawn to the wrong crowd, yearning for acceptance and love, desperate to belong. She wore different masks, trying to mold herself into someone she wasn't. Yet, amidst this struggle, she found solace in music. She began playing the violin. She cheered on a championship squad and excelled in track and field. Each of these things found a place where her heart truly soared. As she navigated the complexities of high school, her desperate search for love and affection led her down a path she never anticipated. Despite growing up in a structured home, KT still felt a void, an emptiness that begged to be filled. Tragically, a teenage pregnancy and miscarriage ended in heartbreaking sorrow, leaving her carrying the weight of shame, guilt, and secrets. Through it all, KT persevered, graduating with honors and earning a partial scholarship to pursue her lifelong dream of becoming a pediatrician at Virginia State University. Despite being hours away from home, she held on to the determination to make the best of her opportunity, embracing the chance to discover herself amidst new surroundings. Life led her to cross paths with wonderful friends who cherished her for her genuine self, but old habits occasionally resurfaced. As she still longed for love, in the midst of searching, she found herself in a friends with benefit situationship, resulting in another miscarriage, a moment that would break her heart once more and added to the secrets she kept. Despite some challenges she faced in college, KT remained focused on her studies, graduating on time. Her family was extremely proud of her accomplishments. Yet there was a missing piece: the presence of her father, whose absence at her graduation cut deeply. Despite this ache, she pressed on, moving back to her home state, filled with hope for what life had in store. Still yearning for love, KT met a great guy 3 months after graduating, and within 3 months, she was pregnant. They welcomed a beautiful baby boy, bringing immeasurable joy and purpose to her life. The love she felt for her son became her guiding light, and as fate would have it, 3 more little princes joined their family, each one bringing its own unique magic to their lives. Yes, KT did marry her son's father, but they divorced after 14 years of marriage. While the years that followed weren't without trials, KT never stopped seeking growth and understanding. Her exposure to the power of mindset through network marketing opened a door to a world she never knew. Through books and self-discovery, she began to see herself in a new light, recognizing the worth she had been giving away all of her life. With the newfound clarity, KT embraced her journey of self-improvement, writing her own story of resilience and transformation. She poured her heart into helping others discover their worth and pursue becoming a beacon of inspiration for those seeking their own path. And so, dear listeners, this is KT's heartfelt story, a tale of love, loss, resilience, and growth. Life dealt her both triumphs and tribulations, shaping her into the extraordinary person she is today. With unwavering determination, she embraced each moment, for it was the sum of these experiences that made her into the strong and compassionate soul she is today. Remember, every twist and turn in life has its purpose, weaving a beautiful tapestry of strength and hope for the future. To be continued. So, as some of you all have already realized that this was my story. I was telling my own story. And I think that it's important for you to tell your story as well. It doesn't have to be on a platform like this, but I believe that it's important for you to know where you have come from in order to know where exactly it is that you're going. The name of this podcast, again, is called The Heart's Hello. And so in order for you to say hello to something, you must have first said goodbye to something. And for me, I had to say goodbye to the guilt. I had to say goodbye to the shame. I had to say goodbye to the imposter syndrome. I had to take off the mask that I was wearing. There were a lot of things that I had to say goodbye to in order for me to walk into this hello of me knowing who I am, whose I am, the importance of me understanding my self-worth, the importance of understanding boundaries, my core values, all of those things. But again, it took for me to take the time to look at Keona in the mirror and not like what she saw. I didn't like the person that I saw in the mirror. One, because I didn't recognize who I was looking at. I don't know who I'm talking to on this show today, but I need you to take time to write your story. If not for anyone else, but for you, for your future. Because you have to let go of what happened in the past in order for you to walk into the amazing life that you desire, that you deserve, that you want. I don't stand here as this perfect person who has figured it out. I've said from the very beginning that this This show is for us to walk through this together. I'm still walking through it. The good thing about having a story or for having chapters in your story is that you can turn the page. So often we get caught up at looking at what every other person, what chapter they're on, but you don't know what they had to go through in order to get to where they are today. And that's why you have to write your story. Someone else is looking at you and would love to have the life that you have, but they don't realize the life that you lived in order to get here. And they don't have to, but you need to know what you've gone through. You need to know why you're as strong as you are. You need to know why you're resilient as you are. I can laugh at this now because my therapist likes to ask me, who's driving my bus? And when she first asked me this question, I'm like, what do you mean? Who's driving my bus? But it's because my bus was being driven by this 8-year-old Keona. From when my parents separated, my bus was being driven by, and so each stage of that is okay. So now I've dealt with the 8-year-old Keona, but now I got to deal with the middle school Keona and the high school Keona. So who's driving your bus? Who is driving your bus? We often are triggered by certain things and we just figure, oh, well, I'm triggered. But why? Why are you triggered? What has caused you to be triggered? And until you have gone back through some of those things and it's like, okay, now I understand, this all makes sense. I understand that when someone doesn't do what they said that they were going to do, it goes back to a time when I was little, when someone disappointed me that was very close. We have to understand those parts of our story because they're a part of us. And if we don't understand us, then how are we going to have these amazing relationships that we want? To be the best parents that we can be, to be the best friends and the co-workers and business partners and husbands and wives. We have to understand us first. So again, as I said, the name of this show is called The Heart's Hello. What will you say goodbye to? Is it fear? Is it doubt? Is it, what is it? You have to answer that question for you. I'm here to go along this journey because we're in this together. But you're going to have to do the work. You're going to have to want it a little more. I used to tell my clients this, and I still say it, is how bad do you want it? Equate it to a hurdle. You can go over it, under it, around it, or through it, but you're going to have to get to the other side of it. You decide how you're going to get there. You decide how you're going to get there. So I have 5 keys that can kind of help you through this story and why it's so important for you to write your own. The first key is going to be self-reflection. We talked about it a little bit. It helps you to gain a deeper understanding of yourself, your emotions, and how the events have shaped your life. The key number 2 is going to be closure and healing. You know, as you begin to write your story, yes, you may revisit some of the past traumas, but dealing with some of these traumas or writing out some of these traumas help you to find closure and to begin the healing process. They help you to move forward. Number 3, it's attached to your growth. Reflecting on your journey and the obstacles that you've had to overcome, they highlight your resilience and growth, y'all. They inspire you to face future challenges with a greater confidence. Why? Because you know you've already got through it. Again, remember the story, that's this thing that has already been in the past. You've already gotten through it. So how are you going to get through other obstacles that come up in your life? You know you've already done it before. Do it again. And keep doing it. And keep doing it. Just get better at getting through it. Number 3, reframe the narrative. Writing out your story allows you to reframe the negative narratives that you've told yourself, those limiting beliefs. We are our biggest enemy, you all. Our biggest inner me is us. So when we can begin to reframe the negative narratives, and as they say in the mindset space, begin to deal with the stinking thinking, hey, we're on a path for growth. Number 5 is going to be gratitude and appreciation. When I went back through my story, I had to just say, thank you, God. Thank you for covering me. Thank you for bringing me through spaces that took some people out. I had to recognize the blessings and achievements and the supportive people that were in my life. So I had to foster this feeling of gratitude and appreciation. All of these things, you all, are part of the story. And as you begin to write more chapters in your story, some of them are going to be great. Some of them are going to be not so good. But they are all part of your story. They're part of you. And you are amazing. You are amazing in who you are. But do you recognize that? Can you see that? Can you look yourself in the mirror and tell yourself how beautiful you are? Can you tell yourself how amazing you are? Can you tell yourself how strong you are? So that you have such a pure heart? Or are you going to sit with the things that people have said about you? Reshape your story. Tell a different story. Turn the page. Begin to write a new chapter. This is your life. So I thank you today for listening to this episode, and I pray that it was something that I said that triggered you to say, you know what? I am strong enough to write my story. I am strong enough to deal with what had transpired in my past, because I realized the past is the past. There's nothing I can do about it now, but there is something that I can do about being able to create the future that I want. And I'm excited for all of the things that you are going to say goodbye to in order for you to say hello to the life that you want. So yes, just like you, I'm waving goodbye to fear. I'm waving goodbye to self-doubt. I'm waving goodbye to the insecurities. I'm waving goodbye to all of the negative things that I have told myself that I wasn't. Because I deserve more. You deserve more. You are enough. You are enough. So thank you again for joining me for another adventure on the Hearts Hello Show. Together, let's embrace vulnerability, learn from each other, and spread love. One heartfelt hello at a time. Until next time.